I'm still trying to figure it out. I cannot say that I've been able to put a balance in my life. Sometimes I am so leaned to my family and less to my ministry. Other times my ministry needs me so much that I feel and I think that I need to give it my all at the expense of my family. And at times I have even thought that serving in ministry equals spending time with Christ. I'm doing his work, I'm doing his will, so I'm spending time with him. And I've come to the point where I have felt such an emptiness even when I'm in ministry. Versus my life back when I was in the secular world, I created time to be with Christ because I thought I needed him to guide me on a daily basis. But now here I am in ministry, he's walking right with me. So yeah, I can exchange times with him with being out there in the ministry. That has been a struggle for me, and I don't think I have. I would say proudly that I've balanced it. I know how it's working. No, but I'm a student. And some of the things that I'm learning and trying to exercise in my life is keeping my focus on Christ, knowing that even if it comes naturally for me to, for example, go to Rwanda to implement a program or an activity, it's my home, I speak the same language. The level of preparation is not the same as when I go to Haiti, where I need an interpreter and it's a foreign country. I have come to learn that on each and every day, I need to ask Christ for leadership. I need to understand what he wants me to do, because sometimes he just doesn't want me to do anything. And so I have come to that place where I know that I need him, because when I don't focus on him, especially at the start of my day, I can easily tell you how my day is going to turn out by the amount of time that I've spent with him. The number two is I've tried to set up a family culture of respect and encouragement, and we borrowed one of the acronyms of HOPE is passion, and passion represents prayer, being part of HOPE by choice, and stewardship and service and innovation and nurture by loving one another. I put that system in my home because I wanted us to be encouragers instead of always pointing out what my children are not doing right, or one child coming to report the other about what they're not doing right. And I thought, how about if we come from the positive side? And so we're exercising that. It created a bit of entitlement. Again, my kids said, oh, you didn't mention this and I did it for you. So it became funny and a bit of fun for us, but also a teaching moment for my children. So I try to establish a culture with my children. The other thing is knowing how important they are, and HOPE supports that. That's the beauty of working for HOPE International. Family comes first before work, and there are times where I've had to put off work for the sake of my family, and I have the freedom. I know I'm called by God to do that, and HOPE supports that, and so I have no excuse. So I'm learning to do that. When do I get to put off my work for the sake of my family? I'm much better than when I started. And the other fourth thing is setting goals for my family, serving countries that are increasing on a daily basis, and feeling the need to go there and visit has led me to say, okay, how much can I be away from home? And I set a goal. Last year I traveled so many number of days, and this year I set a goal of half the nights that I was away. Today I'm so happy that I'm going to hit that goal, half the days that I traveled in the past year. And why was that possible? It's because I dared to put a number of travel days on the calendar and say, this is how much I need to do. And God has helped me to observe that and to be able to. And has any work gone undone? No, it hasn't. And if I hadn't set a goal, I would have traveled as many days as I did before and still achieved the same amount of work that I have done. And the final thing is trying to find ways to celebrate each other in our home and have fun with my children. Sometimes it's not easy, especially when you come back from a trip and you have seen so much pain and so much you feel so helpless, and you have seen how gifted and how blessed you are and how much you have. Sometimes when I come home and I hear them asking for certain things, I struggle with trying to balance that. It's okay, that's another part of the world. This is home. These are your children, and you need to bring them into your work for them to understand that sometimes they want more than they need, and sometimes they're just wanting for no reasons, and there are other people that don't have even 1% of what they have. But I've been learning on how to bring them into my world, into the ministry that I'm doing, instead of pounding it on them and telling them, if you won't eat your vegetables, do you know how many children are going without any food? Yeah, God has been teaching me to move away from that language, and I'm a student, and maybe I might not be able to figure it out this part of eternity, but I am willing to learn and do my best.